Everybody, welcome to Backyard Today. Now folks, we're going to do two videos in the same setting. So some of y'all that are following us may notice the decorations aren't going to change from this video to another one later on down the road. Neither is my fancy outfit. But we're going to do two videos for you today. We're going to have a little noise in the background, but hopefully with the new microphone that helps us out. The first thing we're going to do today is collards. Now, I do a lot of greens. I do mustard greens, turnip greens, but to me, collards are kind of the Cadillac of the greens. That is the green that's most common in the South, and I've got my own little recipe that doesn't take away from the flavor of the collards, but it adds a little kick to it, all right? So we're not going to do these in a Dutch oven because obviously we're boiling. So we're going to use an enamel pot for that. And to this pot, we're going to add a half a stick of butter. All right. And then we're going to add about a tablespoon, or what looks like a tablespoon, of olive oil. And as usual, we set up and we forgot something. Lisa, could you bring me a big thing of water, maybe a quart of water? Now, to this mixture we have right here, while she's taking care of the guy that forgets, we have these collards. They're cut into bite-sized pieces. We took the heavy stems out and we washed them. We're going to put them in here. These will cook down, so those of you that aren't familiar with greens, this will not be near as much as what it looks like it's going to be. Our tablecloth is fairly clean, folks, and we're the only ones that eat. And so me picking these up and putting them back in the pot, yes, it's not sanitary, but it'll work for us here. We've got those collards in there like that. Now to those collards, we want to add one roughly chopped Vidalia onion or yellow onion, about this size or so. We want it fairly big. And also in here is one package of baby carrots. Now we took those baby carrots and we cut them in half so that would be bite size. We want to put them in there as well. Get everything situated for y'all. Now to this, we want to add about a tablespoon or a palm size amount of salt to start with. We want about the same amount of pepper, about a palm size. My experience is that's pretty close to a tablespoon with the size of my palm. And having someone to help you really makes it good for a train wreck when you forget the water. And this is about 2 quarts of water. We're going to start off with that. We should be fine with the 2 quarts of water. And we're going to add about a teaspoonful of mustard seeds. These are whole mustard seeds. We're going to be cooking them for a long time, and it's going to come down. Now, we put a tablespoon of pepper in there. These greens are going to need a lot of flavor. They'll absorb a lot. So to that, we want to put several good shakes, or about a tablespoon of lemon pepper, and about a teaspoon of garlic. This is dried garlic. It'll be fine because these are going to cook for hours, folks. And we're going to cook them a little unconventionally outside for you. The last thing we're going to add to that, all collards have to have some form of meat, either ham hocks, bacon. There needs to be something in there. So what we're going to do is add this pre-chopped package of ham. Now this is about 10 ounces of chopped ham. And we're going to cover that up because for right now, until we taste it, that is all that is going to go in the collards. Now we're going to cook these a little unconventional. Boy, I'm tearing this up today. A little unconventionally. So I'm going to get the camera to walk around here, and we're going to show you how you improvise on cooking if you're not in the house. All right, you've all seen me use these pans before. We had some rain last night, so our concrete's fairly damp. So we want to lay something down. This is some steel, old antique wrenches. We want to lay them down so that our pan is not directly on the concrete. I can get away with that, except they're wet, and I can't do that when it's wet. And then we're going to put a trivet in there. This is a 6-inch trivet, and it's a little higher than I typically will use. Gotta make sure we're not going to create a train wreck, folks. There we go. All right, now we'll set our pot on top of this trivet. Now, we've talked before different ways of cooking and what is high and low. Typically with a Dutch oven on a trivet, you're coming around the outside here and you're creating your heat that way. We are going to go on high initially. Now we've got our fire burning here. Our fire's burning left to right. So our coals are going to be on this side. We want to get some fairly hot coals, and we're going to go directly in the center because we got to get this cooking. And as it gets the initial hours worth of cook, we're going to move the coals to the outside and slow simmer it the rest of the time. But to get it all kicked off, we're going to put a wad of coals there in the middle. All right, folks, we're going to let that go. Come back shortly and show you what we got. Hey everybody, welcome back. We're going to go over these collards with you. They've been cooking for about 4 hours. We brought them up to a good boil, and then we went to a low simmer for about 4 hours. Collards need to be very tender, and we're going to pull them out here and take a look, see what we got. A little juice in there. This is going to be really hot, folks. I get all my spoons in the right order. Okay, folks. You want to come up here and take a look at what we got? We got some real tender collards. It's in a black bowl. It might be a little hard for you to see. We got some real tender collards, and with the onion that we put in there and the carrots. I'm going to take just a little taste of this. I know, as you can tell, this is screaming hot. Very good. Our spices that we put in there don't overpower the collard greens. To me, I like the taste of greens. And when you overpower your greens, that is something I don't like. So these came out very good. And folks, we just want to thank you again for all the support that y'all give us and all the things. When we go out, we constantly have people coming up and talking to us that recognize us or know us. And I know it's only a handful of people, but to us it seems like a million. So folks, just want to say have a great day. And as we always say, enjoy your food.